Your team turns on a new Copilot agent. Overnight, it reads the loan file, reconciles 3 systems, and drafts the board packet. Brilliant. Then the invoice shows up and nobody set a ceiling. That is the new reality for banks, credit unions, and mortgage companies running Microsoft 365. As of June 16th, Microsoft moved one of its most capable agents, Copilot Cowork, to general availability. And the heavy agent work no longer bills at a flat fee. It bills by usage against something called Copilot Credits. Here is the shift in one sentence. The everyday Copilot in Word, Outlook, and Teams is still a predictable per-user license. But the new long-running agent work Cowork turns on a meter. And Microsoft's always-on personal agent, Scout, is on the way through Microsoft Frontier program with its own usage-based pricing still to come. To use Cowork, you need 2 things together: a Microsoft 365 Copilot license for the user, a usage-based billing with Copilot credits set up for the tenant. The license is the seat, the credits are the fuel for the heavy multi-step jobs. And if you already piloted Cowork through Microsoft Frontier program, there is a clock. Those customers have to set up billing usage in Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Now, the question was never whether agents are useful. An agent that closes out a post-closing package overnight is useful. The real question for a 150-seat institution is a cost question and an access question at the same time. Who is allowed to spend Copilot credits? How much? On which workflows? And how do you prove all of it to an examiner 6 months later? A flat license is a known number. You multiply seats by a price and you budget for the year. Usage-based agent work moves with how hard your team leans on it. For an institution that answers to the FFIEC or the NCUA, a cost that scales with autonomous AI activity or artificial intelligence is a line item your CFO and your examiner will both ask about. So, before you worry about the total, decide who is allowed to spend it all. This is access governance. Copilot credits are managed through the cost management dashboard in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. From there, you allocate credits, apply policy-based access, and decide which groups and which workflows can draw from the pool. The instinct at small institutions is turn it on for everyone and see what happens. That instinct is expensive, and for a regulated lender, it is also a control gap. An agent spend is tied to what the agent is allowed to read. So an ungoverned rollout is 2 problems wearing one coat: an open budget and an open data boundary. Microsoft Entra ID, your identity system, decides who can launch an agent. Microsoft Purview classifies the email, the SharePoint content, and the always-on agent would otherwise read freely. Now the part that makes a variable cost examiner safe. The cost management dashboard does more than show you a number after the fact. It gives you budgets, alerts, and hard caps. That stops spending before it runs past the ceiling you set. For a financial institution, the hard cap is the headline control. A budget with no cap is a speed limit with no enforcement. Set a ceiling per group or per workflow. Wire alerts below it. And you have turned on an open-ended usage cost into a bounded one that your CFO signed off on. The same dashboard with its consumption tab is the evidence trail an examiner expects when they ask how autonomous AI actively is controlled and accounted for. One honest note on price. Microsoft does publish a pay-as-you-go rate, about a penny per Copilot credit. What you can't predict from that single number is the total, because every agent task runs a different number of credits, depending on the model, the data it pulls, and how long it runs. So do not budget off of one figure. Model your expected spend with Microsoft's official Cowork estimator first. This is what we do at ABT. We are a Tier 1 Microsoft solutions provider, and we manage Microsoft 365 for more than 750 banks, credit unions, and mortgage companies. We lock in predictable Microsoft 365 Copilot licensing. We model and govern your Copilot credit spend with budgets and hard caps. And through our Microsoft 365 Guardian operating model, we wrap agent access in Microsoft Entra ID, Microsoft Purview, and data loss prevention, so an always-on agent reading email and SharePoint stays inside the data boundary your examiner expects. For mortgage lenders that want the productivity without owning every governance decision, our own Microsoft Guide Copilot gives you a governed financial services tuned agent alongside the metered Microsoft service. The pattern that works is simple. Meter and cap on day one. Start with 1 or 2 high-value workflows on a tightly capped prepaid pool. Prove the return. Then expand the caps deliberately. If you are about to turn on Copilot agents and you're not sure your cost and access controls are ready, that is a 30-minute conversation worth having. Talk to a Microsoft 365 specialist at ABT, and we will set up your governance before you scale. The full written guide is linked below. I'm Justin Kirsch. See you in the next one.